Good afternoon all, back with another video. This one is a little bit different. This is a creative video. So obviously I have the Fantic, the Casa E Casa 250 Enduro Trail Green Lane Special. It's not a motorbike, it's not a motocross bike or an enduro bike really, it's a trail bike. I saw a part on the internet for this part here. It's to stop the chain. It mounts to this, your sprocket cover, round about here somewhere. Fits underneath the clutch pull lever actuator jobby and bolts to the bottom stud down here. And all it does is stop. If the chain comes off, it stops the chain going through your, what is that, crankcase, gearbox, or whatever it is anyway. It stops the chain from pinging off, smashing through there. It might even keep some of the mud out. Anyway, first things first, what we need to do is we're going to get this plate off, and I'm going to make it out of cardboard first. Once I've done that, I'll transfer it onto a sheet that I've got. So I've had this for quite a while. I used it on a job somewhere and I can't remember where really. But this is a sheet of alley. There's no flex in it, it's nice and stiff. Other tools you're going to need: a host of different size drill bits, some Allen keys, the Dremel for cutting the shape out. Hopefully I won't need the angle grinder. But right, all I've got to do is get a bit of cardboard, get the get the sprocket cover off, and take it from there, I guess. So the next job is to make our cardboard template. So we're going to take our sprocket cover and we're going to mark, and it doesn't really matter where you do this especially, but give yourself enough room that you can cut material off. I'll grab some scissors in a second, and then mark your holes. So as you can see here, all I've done is fill in or colour in the middle hole, and I happen to have one of these hole punch things, and I'm just going to get in. Now, will our bolt fit through? Pretty much, yeah. Look at that. So obviously we don't transfer anything onto here yet. We've just got to make our basic design. So we're going to mark this out just roughly. Just a rough shape. Because we know that won't fit in. And then we know that the sprocket, well, the sprocket is this sort of shape, don't we? We know the sprocket is round and has little teeth on it. So it has to come round and not touch that or the chain. So if we go maybe there, that'll be all right for a first draft. So then this is my rough little template, and you can see here that it's touching the chain. So what we need to do is make it a lot wider. So all I'm going to do is draw across here so I know where my chain comes to, and that's where my new part of my bracket will start. So what I'm doing now is cutting out where I drew my line, just to make sure that that will clear where the sprocket goes. I'll pop back over here and have a quick butcher's. There's my top hole. Okay, so we've got our template that we've mocked up onto the table. Then we're going to check it, we're going to draw over, or use it as our template for the new piece. And then we're going to draw this off of the back of it. And that is the new shape. What's your bets? What's your bets? You reckon it's going to work? On the foot peg, doesn't it? Let's wind the first one in. And then wind the second one in. Now, with most things that I do, I end up going, oh, kidding hell, because it never works. This one I have a better feeling about. That is too tight. Okay, that's too tight. Well, that's not the end of the world though. Look. So we need to trim a little bit off of here, off the midsection, and we need to trim a little bit off the bottom for where the bolt goes, because it's... Right, so the reason we clean it up is because I need to mark the centres of the pipe. It needs to be the dead centre of the chain, really, of where the chain sits. So if I pencil in there, what I'm going to do is feed my pencil down against my chain, like this, and put it to, come on, oh, right, it's that time. It's aluminium sheet time. Now, if you recall, what I said was I was going to do was elongate this bit. And okay, I probably shouldn't need to say this, but for safety's sake, because there's no prizes for going blind, you're just an idiot if you do, stick some safety glasses on if you're cutting. I'm cutting this, there's not a great deal of stuff flying around, but it doesn't take a lot for a piece to snap off and go flying in my eye. Cutting through with a small Dremel is difficult because it doesn't have the power and it just stops the blade. So, but I've got it enough that I can fatigue it and job done. We're almost there. Just be very gentle. Plate. This plate is a bit wonky, but I shall tap that in back in. That was because of the flipping, what do you call it, cutters. As fun as that is, we're going to step this up a little bit and go with the big daddy. That thing shifts more product than Amazon. Wow, that is thick still. I better get some water and cool this down. Get your hole cutter and just run it down the end of the hole. And that will take out any swarf or burring that has occurred. So this is hand assembled now. This is the kind of thing you're looking for. You can buy all this, like I said, online. It's sometimes nice to be able to do these things yourself, isn't it? I'm not saying I can do these things myself, but I can attempt them, that's for sure. So then get our Allen key in, try not to knock the camera off. Now we've obviously still got one side to do, but I just want to, proof of concept. Yeah, I just want to make sure that the concept is right. So I'm not going to put the sleeve in on the bottom one, I'm just going to put the bolt in. Ah, cock. So, issue number one. And this is why we test fit these things. Hopefully you can see that. We have a snig-snaggaroo already. So if you see where that hole is, we need to cut the back off of that. Now it is the right way round, because if you look, and this was a cunning plan of mine, I left the pencil marks on so I know which one the top was. So then, modifications made. And that sucker is looking pretty good. It's clear there, barely. Maybe take a little bit more off of that. And then get my bolt in the right place. Hold that bad boy in place. Not perfect by any means, obviously. Now, see if we can get these done up, shall we? It's not particularly thick, obviously. And that chain is solid steel, not aluminium. But hopefully it'll be enough to deflect it. I am quite impressed by that. Quite impressed indeed. Now just got to get it off the stand and roll it, make sure nothing catches. Happy days. Job. There is nothing catching in there. Job done. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.